Sure to come on the show, because I had this fantasy that we would meet and then we would fall in love and we'd live together forever. And then my dream came true. I've never seen anything with Carrie in it since she died. I had to actually go to her because she couldn't be bothered to come to me. Her mother is Debbie Reynolds. Her father is Eddie Fisher. Her stepmother is Elizabeth Taylor. So that's who she is. She started off her life as Princess Leia. Then she dropped the princess and picked up the pen, and she lived there ever since. She is, among everything else, a leading expert on relationships. Now we will go to Carrie Fisher. Okay, what's the time now?
Time now is 2:15.
2:15. And we were here since?
Well, I've been here since 10:15.
10:15, waiting for Carrie Fisher. Well, let's show the books, and maybe that's as good as having her on the show. Here, you pretend you're Carrie Fisher, and I'll pretend I'm Carrie Fisher's friend. Hi, Carrie. I really like your book.
Thank you.
Did it take long to write?
No.
That's been very interesting. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Check on Carrie Fisher. I didn't know her from Star Wars. I knew her as an author. Star Wars, I mean, that is a big deal. But the writing, I've never read any writing like that. That was just as brutal and as funny and as accurate and as vicious as you could get. So this is meeting your God.
It isn't my first B12. It is, as a mother, which you would think it would be a better, hello, I'm Princess Leia or God. Fly me to Alderaan.
Do you know who she is? Be honest. No. What do you think she does for a living?
Thank you.
Food fight! What does she do you think? And why are we filming her?
Why are people talking to me? Because I'm a high fashion model.
High fashion model.
It used to be, but she had a horrible accident. Horrible. But you were that and that was further than I got. I don't know how good or bad. I'm desperate. We discussed this
I
yesterday.
say Governor Tarkin.
You got into Central School of Drama.
Stench, yeah.
I was so in awe. I was so in awe that I knew I couldn't top her. Did you call Liz Taylor like Mom?
Oh yeah, I still do. Yeah, she adores me, drags me up onto her lap. What happened today, darling? How is the book doing? She adores me. No, I met her once when I was about 3. I went to the Beverly Hills Hotel with my father, and what I remember was she was wearing like a see-through negligee when she answered the door, and I remember it, so I must have known it was very important, and this was the clue to what had happened that had gone wrong.
And did your mother, was she kind of, what was she then? Was she as angry?
She's not angry, I'm on her behalf, but my mother was never upset. She was always like a fan of Elizabeth Taylor.
Well, if you're going to be left with somebody.
Might as well be Elizabeth Taylor, and that is really probably the truth.
That's her ego wasn't damaged, I'm sure.
Oh, it was. It was. Because Elizabeth was a friend. And it was a very public humiliation, and she wanted to die. And she had 2 small infants, and you cannot have the luxury of being depressed. I know this now, too.
She did exactly what I always dream of when you're interviewing. You're funny, 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 and then you see who she is, and that's, to me, a wonderful thing to behold.
Of his teeth. And you get so excited that you accomplished making him laugh. So, yes.
But then a lot of times when you get yourself in those situations, you're the kind of like tap dancer, you know what I mean? And that is your mission.
I was the one
that
was practicing wise, knowing looks in the stone grass of their periphery. You know what I mean? They would be like, and I would be looking like I was deliberately not caring that we weren't talking at all.
She spoke prose that were jewels just dropping out of her mouth all the time. Profound.
I was like the dead air queen, you know, like captive by dead air. Contained by it. It's too quiet. I'm supposed to be making a point, but none existed. I acted like somebody like, how could you leave me? I'm so much fun. And like, who wants to have fun all the time, though?
I've been the tap dancer
They
all
do
my
say
life.
I want you forever, and then they go, oh, but I mean, forever just ended. You know, I should have had a V8. Now I want something calmer. I want to be the center. I don't want to be Carrie Fisher's boyfriend.
Right,
I don't want to be Ruby Wax's sidekick.
Shut up, my husband's listening to this.
Well, but I mean, if you achieve a certain celebrity, you want to date an accomplished woman, you might not want to marry one.
You know, that brain was too fast. It was too fast for this world.
There, you're on a show.
She has a friend.
I have friends in England
who likes her.
Me a party.
She had an imprint on her, a daughter of movie star, and that wasn't good for her health. If she just realized She was the most talented woman writer on the face of the earth. She would have had a different dignity.
The only other person I've ever told this to, and I swear to God, is my therapist. Because it's my,
Wow.
you know, seriously, it's not what he did. This is your father, Eddie Fisher. It's what he didn't do. I knew it! No, wait, listen. I'm in Vegas. My father took me there when I was about 6, and I was a really ugly child. I had, like, bad teeth, you know, those, like, kind of the missing link thing. And I had my Shirley Temple doll with me. So we're at the Dunes Hotel, and my father says, there's Eddie Fisher. And he was sitting with some cronies of his. And my father went over to Eddie Fisher and said, hey, have I got a girl for you? Hey, Ruby, come on out here. Come on out here. And I was hiding behind the thing, and he went, she's beautiful. And your dad started to go, yeah, let's see her. And my father, I think it might have been 10 seconds, but to me it was like 8 years went by going, boy, she's a knockout. He was with Liz Taylor at the time.
6?
Maybe 8. He's a knockout. You got to see this chick. Come on out here, Ruby. And I wouldn't come out. And my mother went behind me and went, go on out there, Ruby. And I went out. And Eddie Fisher and his friends went,
Oh my God.
That story was traumatic. Exactly while I was telling it, I picture her dad laughing at me.
You know what I mean? It was
You
like,
know what? It was cruel of all the
it was
adults.
cruel of my dad.
It was cruel of every
everybody.
adult.
Isn't that horrible?
All right, we're going shopping now.
Okay,
Come on.
thank you.
And we went shopping, and we never stopped for 35 years. And when we were old, we were going to live together. We were going to sit in a rocking chair with a rifle. But I don't remember her being that beautiful. Oh my God, I don't remember. She'd come and stay in my house. There'd be cigarette burns everywhere and Coke cans and her house slippers. She really did live in her bed most of the time. And my kids just got used to seeing her shuffling around. You know, it was no big deal. And then people would come and go, are you Carrie Fisher? And she'd have a cigarette hanging. She'd go, I was. Maybe doing this whole career was worth it to get her as my friend.